live from Kansas City. Your OGs pulled up to the Big 12 tournament. First of all, appreciate all of y'all for popping out, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't think they know how much we actually watch Kansas, and we do this like off screen and off script,
time,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Of like just watching the game. So let's just get them right into the season, man. Let's recap the season from the start. I'll just go first. Like, us doing this, I felt like it's been really good for like just us watching basketball, you know, coming from that same seats and being able to relate. But I think we really took a step when we came here. What was that? The beginning of the season when we got to interact with the guys and interact with the coaches.
Late night.
And I was like, damn, bro, like I think we should do this more. Like not even just being on camera, but just being, you know, present for the younger fellas, you know, being present for, you know, Jayhawk Nation and seeing like how much it affected the players when we came back. I know y'all can probably talk to that, but like D-Man did that for us, you know what I'm saying? And we seen how far that did for all of our career, and I think we wanted to take a page out of his book and see how we can, you know what I mean, implement ourselves into, you know, the Kansas. And I think through the basketball, through the experience was big for all of us. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed covering the games with you guys. Like personally, obviously we have some stuff on YouTube, but if they can really see how we talk through the game together, man, I think that's very important. But being here at the Big 12, man, like I'll go right to you, Ray. Like, what was your first feeling like being able to, you know, I know you came with me last year in Kansas City, like from being here for a long time, like what was your first feeling? You know, being back at the Big 12. Big 12, being in Kansas City, not at the, you know, at the field house like we always is.
I mean, a feeling of, obviously, we back around Kansas Nation, but being here, tagging along with you, it was a barrier that we were able to get past. So to see it on that side was a different feeling, different energy. So obviously us being Jayhawk OGs, you know, we know because we come around a lot, but just to be out here and see the energy when you're not playing more so than you locked in, you know, with your schedule of waking up and preparing and everything is about winning that game. I didn't have to go through that, so I was able to just kind of stand back and see everything. So I was excited. I was obviously excited to see you work and, you know, navigate the buildings. You know, I always love navigating spaces and getting behind places that's not, you know, for the public, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Untapped. Yeah, I think that's the good insight of like having us knowing, like, you know what I'm saying, we've seen the game and like how we love the game, but y'all two didn't come last year when we came.
No, not at
all. Like how does it feel like being back? What we say, how many years this has been? 13.
11. No,
years.
it's been 4.
A little bit longer than that.
2011, it's 26.
No, since you've been back to I'm just saying Big 12 tournament in general.
Never. This is my first time.
He been busy.
Yeah. I think when y'all walk in that building and see how much love we get, I think y'all gonna be like,
I mean, I feel like it's like KU though. Like it ain't
not too far.
It ain't far off of that. Yeah. We just took an hour ride up here from Lawrence. It ain't too much difference. Yeah.
Sure. But you'll really get to see it when you get in there and you be like, damn, everybody's still the same. Everybody still remember us. You know what I'm saying? You know how you away from it for so long. You really don't know. And I think that Kansas does a great job of like just the remembering of like their OG Jayhawk.
Well, if you play for Kansas, they don't give a shit too much about your NBA career.
Yeah.
You're not the same when you leave here.
Yeah.
Like they move right over to the next players, but they always gonna remember you as Jayhawks. Like,
Once
a Jayhawk, always a Jayhawk, but they not. True. It's not too much after that.
Right, that's a real thing. Even with you, Tribe, like coming in and, you know, you did a year without us too, so like you kind of held your own, you know what I mean, your own team. So just having that feeling of being back in that building.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Like you said, getting to see like all the fans and stuff again, and then like getting that moment of realizing like the love ain't gonna never change.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, so like that's fire. And then I think the difference right now, because this place just gives me like anxiety, because during this time of the year, when I hear Big 12 tournament, I automatically think tournament time, like it's tournament about to come up. So I got a little anxiety. I'm anxious to see the game, anxious to see the guys.
Yeah.
You know, the year was a long year. but I feel a part of it.
Right.
Because the process we took this year, coming up to the campus, meeting those guys, and I think we always could not compare, but speak on how we felt from that position and how we didn't quite exactly have a relationship with some of the past guys. Not like how we're building, with the younger players. So I think that's dope, bro.
And speaking of that, speaking of like just throughout the year, I know we was moving on to that while you were speaking. What was your I would say the biggest. What did you think of the year that Kansas basketball had this year?
I think it's a typical Coach Self figure it out year, and he's actually his best in those years where it's like a little bit of chaos going on with DP this year being the topic in and out of the lineup, and then them still finding a way. So I think things that come out of that for him always is he surprises people and get far.
Always.
And then there's always a player nobody expected to do anything or be the guy. He always pulls them up with him. Yeah. And, I'm going to stay on topic. But this year I think that guy was Melvin, of course, that kind of surprised the Jayhawk Nation as the guy. But, I think it is a typical Coach Self year. Doubt me, and I'll surprise you at the end of the year.
To tap into that, I think, to be like more clear, anytime Coach Self or anybody that's like great, anytime you get off script, you can kind of be more creative. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
stuff happen when they throwing shit. Throwing
so
shit.
You kind of get back into your creativity, and he definitely thrives when, like our first year here, with 08, 09. We didn't have nothing, they thought.
No, I'm not going to let you say that.
Go ahead.
Sharon. You had two All-Americans.
Two players that was just on the national championship team.
And the Big 12 was different, but Sharon averaged how many minutes? Cole averaged probably
still on that team.
They was definitely on the team.
They still competed against those guys every day. You look at that team, they just they got one player.
I'm not saying it's identical roster or team, but it's just like we were picked to finish maybe fourth after winning the championship. So it wasn't like, Jayhawks are going to be number one. So it was like, I got to figure out what I got and use the team that I have, not be on script. I got to get off script. Like, all right, Sharon, you got to shoot a lot of basketballs. Cole, we need you to be this, and we just need everybody else to fill in those spots.
Right. You had your core, too.
Yeah.
And then we filled around them. It's a real thing. Can we just all say that the Big 12 is tougher than we ever seen though? Like
that's why I enjoy
watching the games, right?
Or is this
it's as tough as what
about the better teams? Is the better teams the same?
Teams they going to Arizona.
Arizona
traveling that far. BYU.
So tell me this.
They definitely doing that. So tell me this is
right.
So tell me, is the Big 12 better? Like, is the Big 12 like way better than a lot of competition?
But
we had Missouri in the Big 12 when we was here. That tells you we was right then and there. They wasn't that good. Missouri.
One of those teams was good though.
Beating the brakes off them. We beating them. K-State. We was beating all their ass. That's what I'm saying. But is the Big 12 just that much better than all the teams?
What about the cream of the crop though? Is the cream of the crop better, or is
that's what I'm saying? It's the Big 12. It's more teams first. Like it's more.
Is it more teams?
More teams.
Yes, it's more teams.
It's not 6.
It's a lot. It's more than what we play. And you stayed on one side when we played. You playing. Like literally, if you look at this, if you look at the rankings right now, you talk about like all the teams that's ranked. You probably got 5 in the Big 12, 5 or 6 in the top.
Yeah, between them and Big
12. Is there a thing about college basketball or what? What do you?
Only 5, huh?
No, I think Big 12.
Is there like Big 12 something to say about college basketball overall, or?
I think for me, because obviously the NIL kicked in, you know what I'm saying? So I think college basketball overall, as far as age and depth, is a lot different. You know what I mean? Now you got guys that's 24, 25, and they freshmen. Obviously. These are grown men playing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We never seen that. We knew when we was goddamn 18, 19, by the time we turned 20, we was dominating because we became the grown men. But now they coming in like that.
Right.
They coming in as age grown, but then they ain't that good.
It's still freshmen coming in.
But I mean, 20. All right, but just put it in perspective. We 21 going to college.
That's
If
late.
we was 21, not saying how good
21?
we are, but I'm just saying it's a lot of kids that's 21. Not in our team, huh?
That was 21 coming into college?
No, I'm saying if we was now, because
Oh,
they could
doing
come
now.
in at
Say,
21. You could
damn.
take 2 prep years. You
Yeah.
can come in at, you could go overseas. What you could have, you could go
Could've.
overseas,
Get drafted.
come back in. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's way different than how we was.
So if it's tougher and more talent, so that means Big 12 got all the money?
I think big.
I mean, I think
Big
it's
Ten got
it's
the money.
it's
Big
They
Ten got a
got
lot,
they spending that money. Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Ten
he's
got
spending the money, but I think it's
Right.
still like individual teams that can spend. You know, it's private schools that's private,
even
and then it's public schools.
Even when they spend,
you know,
that
so
shit
it's
don't
different.
guarantee you. That shit
No, I don't.
guarantee you
Kentucky,
wins, right?
prime example.
Yeah, I mean, prime example
Yeah.
of
No shot, but a shot.
Yeah, it's just you know you see it, but
Right.
just keep going on what we was talking to about the year. I want to take us back to when we went and practiced with Kansas. Yeah,
that first time, just to like the overall see it was, and quite honestly, like when we practiced, I know all of us was thinking the same thing. We might not be that good, right? And
Our
the
conversation after
initially-
was crazy.
The first thing we seen was if they take DP off the court, how are they going to be able to score?
right.
That's what I always thought about Kansas. But the thing that stuck out the most is how great Coach Self was of a coach to be able to deal with DP out of lineup. First of all, he missed 11 games. And second of all, like, how was they going to be able to score? Like, Melvin, when we watched Melvin, we was like, yeah, he can score, he can shoot. But can he score? Like, you know, we going to get a lot of points. So we watched all those guys. So the most impressive thing to me was that they was able to win games with all that shit going on with DP.
Right.
Big game.
Like, how do you win like that? Like, and the thing about it, like, because we was busting their ass. Let me just keep it up, man. Like, we was cooking them. I felt like I was back in the Lakers when we was back here.
So good,
And
man.
for them to go from that to be the #1 defensive team in the Big 12, holding teams at like 33%.
Yeah.
It's impressive, bro. Like, it's super
But
impressive.
That goes back to what he was saying of like having a coach sub team where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I understand
But
we're
we
not
gonna hang
going
our
to
hat
be
on,
we're not going to be that good at
So we
scoring.
gonna
You know
lock up.
what I mean? So we're going to lock up. And also too, I take back like not having DP
Help
it,
them.
it helped them. It helped a lot of the guys gain confidence because now it's like a time where, listen, now that DP back, and this is why I'm like Kansas does have a shot because now all of them have confidence. You didn't play without them. You've been, you know what I mean. You didn't had to be on the court. You had to play some really big games, not just you know what I mean. Not just
They
no
beat
cupcake
Arizona
shit.
without him.
It wasn't no cupcake games,
Yeah,
and
no,
you had
not
to
at all,
really
yeah.
learn on the fly.
We beat the #1 team in the country
That's what
without
I'm saying.
without
That
Big
type
time
of shit
game.
was like
Right.
it was like big. Just think about it as a player though. Like your best player not playing. That's like go back to us when we had Sharon, right? Like if Sharon didn't play, like how like we was like, damn, how can we even function without
Yeah,
Sharon?
for
But
sure.
it grew us up though, even though
for
he
sure.
played. So I'm looking at it like fast forward without DP, they started growing up without him. You know what I'm saying? And when we was in the locker room, I think this was last week. And you know, a lot of people don't know this, but we were talking to the players, and the first thing I said was like, "Bro, I'm proud of like all y'all. Y'all, you know what I mean? You might lose some games here and there, but I'm proud of like how they took all that shit and that was going through the season, and was still being able to go because it was a lot of negative media. But one thing I can say, this is the most. If you cut on ESPN, all that shit, this was the most you've ever seen Kansas, and we've had some great players.
Facts.
This is the
Great teams,
most
too.
we've ever seen talk. It could have been negative and it could have been positive, but I could tell you one thing: we was up there.
Turn that camera.
We was up
turn
there.
it.
I think that's what you to piggyback on what you said about guys stepping up. I'm proud and happy because I remember in the preseason, Trey was explaining some concerns to us about like
And the four and
playing
all
the
that.
four and not knowing how he gonna stand out.
Navigate that
With
space.
Peterson with the ball, and then the season starts and he becomes one of the main guys who established himself this year.
Who got jerked out of a lot of like I thought
Boy, yeah, that was bullshit.
Oh my God,
Big
that was
12,
shit.
y'all. Where that
Y'all
camera at?
fucked
Big
up.
12. Y'all got to do better, man. Come on, like there is no way a guy can average 15 and 8
Right.
and like come on at the power forward
40
spot.
from the three.
I felt like
Not
they
be
felt
on
like
all-
they couldn't
no
get
Big
Kansas
12
too many
teams, no
awards.
defense. He was a great defender also.
Right.
Like that doesn't happen.
It's
I
no
know.
knock to him, but this it goes back to again of like
How
the
tough
Big
it is.
12 so loaded, bro.
I felt like they just felt like they
oh,
couldn't
no,
get Kansas
man,
too
that's
much.
Even when the player of the year, I just don't get that. Like even I mean they were one of the best teams. Don't
They
give me
was
the
the
best.
best. They was
They
number
was
one.
the best team.
Yeah.
But overall player,
No.
there is no way.
but you got to look at it in the sense that we the best team, right?
What's the criteria?
The being the best team. So anytime we won, it was somebody on our team that was getting it. If we didn't win, we wasn't getting it.
Was
You're the
right.
best player on
That's all
the
it
best
is.
team.
The best
and you
player
were
on the best
dominant
team.
on a
Yeah.
dominant team.
We got newcomer of the year.
Really
I
dominant.
mean, but if you
Not
losing
like-
in the Big 12 and you scoring 20, like how does that really go with basketball? Like, do we give it to them because
everybody
we know
was
who's
losing in the Big 12. Like, it was just a tough
only?
year.
I mean, Arizona
Tough.
lost once, maybe twice.
Twice.
You know what I mean? But who thought Arizona was going? They had young players too. So who thought they was going to like play as well as they did? You know what I mean? So for me, like I think Trey should have definitely made a team, but that just goes back to like how college basketball is now with really good teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
You got to really look down the line. That's a lot of
Over
good teams.
25,
with a
you
lot of
shouldn't
good
be eligible
players.
for no
Could you
awards.
go from right?
Yeah, I think
How old? What's the age limit?
yeah, after you're 25, you can't get no awards, gang. Just
Yeah.
come out here, get your buckets,
yeah.
get your little NIL,
Back
go
home
home.
to the kids.
The craziest part is all the younger players though.
Is it a thing of like perception though? Like, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, that wasn't real, that was a fluke. So a kid like Trey, you go from, obviously he's playing well at Illinois, but you go from that to this, it's like kind of overnight thing. So it's like, let's look.
14, 7.
Big 12.
I mean, I agree. I think he should have, you know, but
And one of the best leagues in the country. No,
I'm gonna just say this because I don't want to be smart or funny. There's a lot more foreigners playing in this game, and I can tell you one thing: when we in the NBA, what's rule number one? Kill them.
kill him.
If we was in college, I don't care if they was 25, 24. You
what
bring,
Dooley
I'll
used to
bring
say.
some of the
Can we say
man,
that? Can we say that here?
man,
But you can though.
barbecue chicken.
What Dooley
They
used to
got
say
it now, and that ain't
in
nothing.
Scout. Anybody remember back in the day? Exactly. Keys is not.
Well, I think I know what he said.
If you know, you know. That's
If
all
you
I'm
know-
going to do. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to say. he better
Anybody
not.
don't know that Coach Dooley is a like a head assistant coach and Coach Self's like right hand, you know. So whatever Coach say, Dooley got something like his rebuttal is even more. It's times
Always.
2.
A little pepper.
You know what I'm
10.
saying? Times 10. You know. So yeah, it's a funny thing. I don't know. It's let Marcus or
We
somebody.
had a rule: if he wasn't as athletic as you,
Yeah.
he better not. Be,
No, tell them the real rule.
yeah. If you're a white boy, kill
Get
him.
them.
He said, unless he's Joe Dooley. Only
Oh,
person
yeah.
that could
Get
do
him.
that. Yeah.
Unless it's him.
Yeah.
Can't nobody else stand a chance.
That was the call. That was the card under the leg. Hey, who they look at the lineup? Hey, you got some. Yeah, you
you
know
got
what it
a
is.
bit.
It's
Go
gonna be
ahead.
a big game for me tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was fun, man. Them times was
Just
that was
genetic.
crazy.
You call that genetic analytics right there.
So just going forward, you know, to keep it pushing. Just give you, I would say your favorite moment of the season or your favorite game, whatever that looks like for you, Marcus.
Man, it was a lot of games watching. It's hard to put my finger on, bro. I think earlier in the season, you know, it was just it was watching without expectations, right? Like being able to just see how they fall. But I have to say Houston, because Houston, even though it's in the field house, like they're coached really well to play a certain style. And I was like excited to see how the team would react to that. Like having, you know, Sampson, me and T-Rob had a chance to play with him as a coach in the NBA. And I knew before the game, like this was going to be a dogfight. We all was talking about how, you know what I mean, Kansas was really going to be in a dogfight, and like just to watch them come in there composed and actually like beat the shit out of them was like surprising to me, you know what I mean? But also I was like, damn, okay. You know what I mean? I think they understand like how to match that intensity with that certain style of team. You know what I mean? Because if you know when that shit go up,
They were composed.
this one is going to be one, right?
That
you know what I
field
mean?
house, you know, when that field house, like everybody looked different until they step into that field house.
Yeah.
For sure.
It looked like a different team until it's like Arizona. Like we wasn't here, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to my point right now. When we was watching Arizona, because this is where I think like Kansas, like anybody can be beat. When they played Arizona, from the TV, it looked like it was a fucking bloodbath. The refs wasn't calling fouls. A lot of players hitting the floor, and the main thing, they didn't have DP. And for them to win that game against the number one team in the country, of Arizona has been beating everybody. Like you know what I mean? They was undefeated at the time.
Right.
I think that showed you and gave me more respect of players like Tiller, right? We didn't know what he was going to do this year, but he went up against a top 5. They say Koa Pete
Right.
He's a top 5 player this year, and he held his own.
Yeah.
Right, he did everything he needed to do in that game to show that he has a future in the NBA, and just that he's not backing down. So for me, it was the Arizona game, and a lot of shit happened because the Big 12 again is just like it's so
Brutal.
you know what I mean. It's brutal, and the guys they withstand a lot. So for me, it was the Arizona game. Like I wish we was there, but from TV it looked like
Yeah,
shit was
great game
crazy.
to watch.
Yeah.
Just left. What about you, Ray?
What you got, Ray, this year?
I mean, to kind of obviously piggyback, but kind of maybe take it a step back further than that, I can talk about which game, but I think a turning point for the team was when we stepped in town for late night, and they were able to see new faces, hear new voices, different type of energy.
Yeah.
And me coming back a lot, you guys have careers where you guys were more, you knew your schedule, mine wasn't, so I would obviously come back
Right.
more, so I would see the energy that I would bring. So I used to always tell y'all, like, man, pull up,
Right.
just the energy being around the team. And I think they took a step
Right.
forward in the right direction just from obviously being on the court with us, but taking them in the back end, watching video, and then hearing how Keith break down video or on a more than how like Coach Self
Yeah.
would do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think
Right.
they were like, wow, that's that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Instead of just like somebody telling you that thing is that.
Right.
We're like,
Right,
no,
right,
this is exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that triggered their brain.
Right.
And then the energy, obviously.
The energy
But,
different.
yeah.
The energy different. See, we ain't gonna
Yeah.
not to cut you off, but we ain't gonna go to practice and sit in the stands.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna go to practice and practice.
Right,
And
lace 'em
kick
up.
their ass and tell Coach Self he ain't shit. He not shit. He need work. And we here to work with him. Like we are those guys that's just not gonna be over there sitting quiet and go whisper to Coach Self. He need. No, we gonna tell him right there. Then we gonna get some player development in him. Then we gonna go to lunch or dinner with him and just spend time with him. So that's what that was like. But
I like those some good games. I got 1.5. I like Iowa State because I'm a big climb the ladder, come out on top guy. So Melvin, when he showed out that game,
Yeah.
one, it showed us that, all right, we got another player. So I think that was a big change for the team. that year,
Leader.
knowing that.
He stepped up as a leader too.
Yeah,
not to
he
cut
stepped
you
up
off.
as a
Like,
leader.
We
He
was looking for that, like
Right.
who was going to be that leader for him because that
Yeah.
meant a lot. And we asked
DP
that.
stuff started rumbling, and
Yeah.
for him to come out and make it known that game, because vocally he was a monster. Offensively, he was just a blur attacking the whole game. Defensively, so like you said, Mike, I definitely seen a leader emerge, and it kind of held his spot from that game and on.
So the Iowa State game here. I mean,
Iowa State at
at home.
and
Oh,
that's a tough crowd. That's a tough
yeah.
place to play.
what place
Ames,
you in?
right?
Ames, man. Oh my
Ames,
God, so fucking hard to play there. Any team. And then of course, not to keep going, but of course, who battle a number 1 pick? First half.
That BYU game was like that.
Yeah, how DP came
Like that.
out. I just love that energy. You know.
I think everybody loves
Yeah,
that type of energy.
you know,
Yeah, that was
little
that was
swinging
nice.
contest, see who. So that was cool, man. I
Not
love
swing
that.
lower.
What about those early games? What do you think about those early games, like the Duke? Obviously, they lost, and in North Carolina, you kind of seen like what level that you have to meet here. Like guys like Tiller made 4 threes and all of that. Some guys struggled. Some guys played okay. Like we haven't mentioned Flo, so he probably was like, "Oh wow, this is an actual 7-footer. Now I'm athletic. I can jump, but how do I be successful versus somebody that's long and now my leaping ability won't." So I feel like there was a turnaround for him. Obviously the results was a loss, but what about those early? What do you think about those early games? I know I like that tournament they went to when they were playing in Syracuse and Tennessee. I feel like it was a
That's the only
a
part of
shift
certain-
then as well.
Right.
I think that's when they first started. It was like, all right, DP is not here, but we
Vegas?
got a big game, and we got to meet the standard.
That was Vegas, yeah. They played big that weekend.
I think it was a defense. I think they figured their identity out early with and without DP.
Yeah,
I thought it would take them longer to see what they would do, obviously, because we went there and we watched them. But once the season started, I was like, oh, yeah. Even against those, like, that early on, like I was like, oh, yeah, they on the string defensively. Like,
Right.
And as long as you can do that, you got a chance. As long as you can stop some people, you got a chance. Like we gonna worry about the buckets later, like because Kansas is gonna win 50 to 49, and
Right.
so all in all, it was a up and down year, right? I thought they learned, but now we're at this point, right, where it's one game elimination, like.
Where the game really starts.
Where it really going. Where we know, like when Tribe said, it's
Go
like
for
when
it.
you put that tournament in front of it, like I do believe that they're well prepared, well
Obviously.
battle tested.
Gotta be.
But I think it's going to be a tough road.
It's gonna be a hell of a road, man. Definitely. And I'm still looking for a few players to realize what the moment is. Like I want Flo to know what time it is. Like that one, personally, this is the time of year you could change your life. Two, there ain't no too much room for fuck up right now.
Yeah.
One game and you back on the couch. So being the anchor of this team, coming off a defensive player of the year, I look for you to go crazy, my boy.
Yeah. They Big 12, you just in an uphill battle, but the challenge is there. He's got to accept the challenge. I mean, you're going to be playing against some great teams. Like tonight, they got TCU, who has been on 9-1 in their last 10 games.
Hell of a
Been the
first
best
round.
defensive team in the Big 12 last 10 games. Beat 2 top 10 teams in their last 10 games. Like, I'll be right there. Do they want that right now, though? Kansas. If I'm where they at right now, I want that challenge.
Yeah,
I
'cause
want
they
that.
gonna wake
It's the
up.
hottest team in the Big
There's
12.
no way around it.
Yeah, but if you're going to get,
Want it or not.
Ohio, Iowa
This
State, you're
shit.
going to get Arizona, you're going to get Texas Tech. There's no way around
That's
it.
the love of this
Hey, well, I'll
shit,
take
though.
I'll
With
take Texas.
BYU.
I'll take a Texas Tech
You
right
taking
now.
Texas
I
Tech for a
mean,
warm
I'll
up?
take it.
Obviously,
Iowa
them
State
got
just
chopping over
smoked
there.
them.
Chopping
They ain't
over
even
her.
nowhere near that. Iowa State just
But,
smoked them.
but either
Gone.
way, you got the same amount of games
Yeah.
to win a championship, whether you playing Arizona, whether you playing Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You got the same amount
Same
of games.
amount of games,
so
right?
Still got to
Yeah.
come out.
No
with a
way
win.
around the smoke in
Yeah.
the Big 12. We talked about it, so it's like
I like
to
TCU
me
though.
for that matchup tonight. Like I think it's going to be a good one just because TCU has been playing really well. Like they've been
Dog
playing.
fight.
You want to be on your toes this time of the year though. I don't want too many.
You want to be, but you don't got a choice right now. It's like
Yeah,
ain't
exactly.
no warm up games.
So
Yeah.
per-
There is
perfect.
right to it. Like you should finish Big 12 right to the action. You going right in the action.
So tell me a perfect scenario in tonight's game.